Okay, so let us go through the definition of minimum spanning tree. We have already discussed that a spanning tree is a subgraph that contains all the vertices of a given graph, and we may have many spanning tree for any given graph. As an example, we have just uh, discussed this figure, that for this figure one spanning tree may be this, other spanning tree may be this. So likewise there are many spanning trees are possible. But when I say minimum spanning tree is a tree which has a minimum value. So one thing to keep in mind, that when we say minimum spanning tree, that means we have a graph which have assigned, it's a weighted graph where some weight is assigned on these edges, and we are looking to connect all the vertex in such a way so that the edge weight will be minimum. What does it mean? It means if I am having this graph having a weight 4, 2, 1, then I may have many possible spanning trees are there, but the minimum cost will be this. Now this is one spanning tree possible, this is other spanning tree possible. A spanning tree means a graph, it's a tree which connects all the vertices. So if you look at this, if I say this is A, B, C, and A, B, C, this is A, B, C. Now this is also one spanning tree, but if you look to the cost, so here it is 2 and 4, and the cost of this is said to be 2 plus 4, which is 6. And here if you look at the cost 2 and 1, which is 2 plus 1 is 3. So both are spanning trees, because in both the trees you can see all the vertex are covered, but the cost of this is 3 and it is 6. So this is called minimum spanning tree. Now keep in mind, like we have many spanning trees for any given graph, likewise we have many minimum spanning trees also possible. There is a possible that you can get the different structure, the different shape, but the cost is 3. Okay, so we have now, for in this case, because this is a very small graph, you may find some very big or complex graph where many different spanning trees are possible, and but the weight must be same. So let us go in detail that how to find this spanning tree using different algorithms. Before going to the actual algorithms of finding the MST or minimum spanning tree, let us read some more details about minimum spanning tree. So we are representing the spanning tree is basically a graph, and the graph is represented using a set VE, where V is a set of vertices, E is a set of edges, we already discussed. And when we talk about the spanning tree, our graph must be weighted, because spanning trees only find out in terms of the minimum weight. So if the weight is not associated with the graph, then there is no meaning of finding the minimum spanning tree. So your actual graph must be represented using the three entities, that is the V, E, and W. V is represent for the set of vertices, set of edges, and this is the weight of the edges. So you can see here, this is one graph given to you, and out of this you can find many spanning trees are there. This is one spanning tree, other spanning tree, and other spanning tree. So here you can see all the 4 vertices are actually available with all these structures. So these are all spanning trees, and you can see the cost here. If I say what is the cost of this, so this is 3 plus 2 plus 1, which is 6. This is 3 plus 2 plus 1, which is 6, and this is 3 plus 2 plus 2, that is 7. And if you look into this, and if you try to find out what is the minimum cost to connect all these vertices, you will find that 6 is the minimum cost. There is no other possible way to connect all other vertices with less than 6. So 6 is actually the minimum spanning tree cost, and you can see that there are 2 possible ways of getting the minimum spanning tree. This is one structure, this is other structure, and similarly you can see this is actually not minimum spanning tree, because the cost is actually more. We can get better cost, that is 6. So to conclude this, we can have many spanning trees for any given graph. Okay, we have many spanning trees. We have also many minimum spanning tree for a given graph. Also we have 2 minimum spanning tree for this graph. So there is not only a unique spanning tree, and there is not only a unique minimum spanning tree, but we can have multiple structures are possible. Now, why we talk about minimum spanning tree? What is the purpose of finding this? Because whatever we are discussing, everything must have a meaning. Now minimum spanning tree is used to perform the task of this nature. For example, designing of network. If you are asked to make a topology within your organization where you want to connect to all your computers using a wired connection, so minimum spanning tree will help you to use a minimum cable. It will connect all the nodes and it will provide you the minimum cable and will form a network to you. So minimum spanning tree will be one possible application here to designing your network in the organization. Finding the airline routes. Now we have already discussed that graph is used to representing the airline routes to reach from different countries to different destination. We had multiple possible routes are there. Now if you are looking to reach to all the destination, uh, or to cover all the destination with the minimum distance, that means actually you are trying to find out the minimum spanning tree so that all destinations can be connected with the minimum possible distance. So efficient routing is another application of MST. You may think of a scenario where two machines are connected and the routing has to be done. The packet has to be delivered from one machine to another machine or to multiple machines. So then here it is a requirement to find out a minimum path so that every nodes can be connected, every other machines can be connected so that the message can be communicated. So here again minimum spanning tree will be desired. Traveling salesman problem is a problem where one salesman wants to travel to different cities and he's looking to travel in such a way so that he has to travel minimum. So again minimum spanning tree will be required to help him, to help the salesman to reach to all the destination, to all the cities with the minimum distance. Now so in the real life you may find many areas are there where minimum spanning tree can be eligible to solve your problem. We have two popular algorithms for finding the minimum spanning tree. One is called Kruskal algorithm and the other is called Prim's algorithm. Now when we talk about the graph, so here we are applying this algorithm on the graph, and the graph we have vertex and edges. So the key idea of the Kruskal algorithm is to work on edges. So when we work with the Kruskal algorithm, you are actually working on the edges, but when we work on the Prim's algorithm, you are working on the vertex. Now if we talk about some differences and some similarities of these two algorithms, so this is one difference, that Kruskal algorithms are working on the edges and this works on the vertex. The other difference of these two algorithms is when we work with the Kruskal algorithm, you may have components which are not connected. So we have disconnected components. Means the vertex which you are working on at any point of time may be disconnected at any intermediate stage. But in the Prim's algorithm, all the vertex on which you have already worked are always remain connected. So again, we have two different means nature of these algorithms. So depending on the problem, sometimes you want that your nodes on which you are working will remain connected throughout the process. Then you have to go with the Prim's method. Otherwise, if this is not the requirement, you can go with the disconnected component method also, that is called Kruskal method algorithm. Both are based on greedy approach. Both are greedy algorithms. This is one similarity. So if it asks what are the similarity, one similarity is both are greedy algorithms and both are actually working for MST. So either you can use this, either you can use this. Your end result is the same. You will get the same answer, but the strategy of working on the problem is different.